Welcome to Flash Tutorial Quiz Game with Clues, Part 3. It's a follow-up to Part 2, and that's what I have opened on my computer. And the first thing we're going to do is select this step button layer, insert a layer, and call it Timer. Click on this frame here in line with the oven. Insert a keyframe or blank keyframe, it doesn't matter. Pick up your text tool right here and make a little text box right here. Look at it. Properties. It has to be dynamic text because we're going to write code on it. I have Arial. I have 22 points. And it needs an instance name because I'm going to write code, and I'm going to call it time, T-I-M with a capital T, capital C-N-T, time count, underscore T-X-T. That's its name. Time count text. And let's put a value in there of 10. Now make that a square. Go back, pick your text tool up again, make another one. This time open the properties panel. This time I want static text, and when I ask for static text I'm not going to write code, therefore the instance name disappears, and I'm keeping the rest the same. And seconds, S-E-C-O-N-D-S. Pick up your selection tool and move that as close as you can and line them up to some degree. Go back to the main timeline, and in line with this timer frame, click here on the actions code, open the actions panel, and go way down just using my thumb roller here, the finger roller on my mouse. I'm putting 4 or 5 enters and type all this code. Variable, VAR, countdown, capital C, capital D, colon, number turns blue, equals 10, semicolon. So we're going to start with a count of 10. 10, semicolon. Another variable, down timer, capital D, capital T, colon, timer, capital T-I-M-E-R, that should turn blue, like number was blue, equals new, that's purple, space, timer, capital T, open bracket, 1000, comma, countdown, close bracket, semicolon. This is milliseconds, and 1000 milliseconds is a second, so this counts seconds. And we're going to call this function countdown to be this number 10. So we're going to start at 10 and it's going to count down. So this countdown is this countdown. I said close bracket, semicolon. Now, down timer, that's this timer. We're going to call it up and tell it to work. Period. Add event listener. All blue, add event listener. Open bracket. Timer event, capital T, capital E, turns blue. Period. Capital, all capitals, timer, capital T-I-M-E-R, turns blue, comma, and it's called countdown timer. We can give it any name we want, but that's not what I'm going to call it. Countdown timer. Close bracket, semicolon. This down timer, you can copy this down timer and paste it in if you want. Period. Start, small s, T-A-R-T, turns blue, open close bracket, semicolon. This is what starts this timer. We're going to call that function up. Function turns purple. And the function is this, copy this countdown timer. Open bracket, it's an event, small E-V-E-N-T, turns blue, colon, it's a timer event, so you can copy timer event, paste it in. Close bracket, colon, void and function are the same color. There's the open bracket for this function, and eventually it's going to be a closed curly bracket down here for this function. The first thing I want to do is I want to trace it, T-R-A-C-E, turns blue, and this is what I want to trace. Open bracket, countdown, whatever the countdown is when we count it down, plus, put a space in here, plus, space, quotation, seconds, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon. So whatever the count is, every second will start at 10, 9, 8, and it'll say 10 over here. My trace over here, when we run it, we'll see 10 seconds, 9 seconds, and I put in the seconds in here so I don't confuse it with some other things that I may be tracing. Okay, now countdown, minus, minus, semicolon, that means decremented. So each time it goes through this, and that's every time it goes through this frame, it's going to come every second, chunk, 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 and count down. At the same time, we just made the text box called time count underscore txt, period, text, this text is blue, equals, open bracket, countdown, that's whatever count we have, close bracket, period, toString. Funny thing to call it. Small t, capital S, turns blue, open close bracket, semicolon. So as it's counting down, we'll see this up here counting down 10, 9, 8, 7. And if, open bracket, if is purple, open bracket, if this time text right here, so you can copy this, time count underscore text, period, text. If it equals, that means test to see if it's equal that much. If it's equal to 0, that's when it goes down to 0, close bracket, open bracket, 0, close bracket, period, toString, open bracket, close bracket, close bracket. That's open bracket, close bracket, close bracket. There's the open bracket for this, open curly bracket for this if. We want to do two things. We want to go to and stop, small g, small t, capital A, capital S, turns blue, open bracket, quotation to over, that's going to be a frame, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and I'm tracing open bracket, quotation, works, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon. So when it's over, when the timer counts up, it's going to go to this over, and this is a close curly bracket for my if, and this is the closed curly bracket for my function, and there should be two of them. So now, if we're going to jump to a frame called over, let's make that frame. So I'm just going to copy the word over, copy, open up my timeline, right here, I am going to, under this frame labels, insert a blank keyframe. And in here I'm going to paste that over. So if I have an over, I need to have something written in that frame. And instead of making a special layer just for that, I'm locking all my layers and unlocking the progression tabs, and I'm going to, at the end of here, right in line with my new flag, insert a blank keyframe and type this, and this has static text, and it says time is up, game over. Now I don't think it's going to do much right now other than give me some errors, but let's see. Control test movie test. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to let the 10, 9, see it's counting here seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and jumps to game over, and it works. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what happens if I try to do something else with it. Control test movie test. Let's try to win the game. This is right, it steps to 2, this is right to 3, this is right to 4, to 5, to 6, done, and game over. Well, I don't want this to happen if I get it right. When I get to done, which is right here, I don't want the timer to still count. So when I get here, I want to write some code to stop that timer from working. Up on the actions layer, in line with this done, insert a blank keyframe, open the actions panel, and type this, type, Down timer, that's that timer I just made, period, stop, open, close, bracket, semicolon. So therefore the timer will stop working. See if this gives me any problems. Heat the oven, good, 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 and it's done, and the timer has stopped. So far so good. Let's see what happens if I test movie. Let's see if I test movie by collect all wrong, getting them all wrong. And it's just progressing because we have that. I'm not going fast enough. Done. And it stopped counting. So unless there's something I'm missing, control, test, movie, test. I'll get some right and some wrong here. I'm going to go fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. It looks like it's working. Okay, I guess I have to put that out there. See if someone can find something wrong with it. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.